Hi guys, welcome to my Intro to C++ course. In this course, we will be going over C++ and the basic fundamentals of C++. If you do like the videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get started. So, coming to the history of C++, we gotta go back to the C language, which was implemented in 1972 by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Labs. And C was a popular language, but then C++ came along, which was meant to kind of fix the problems that were coming with C. And Bajan Stroustov from AT&T Bell Labs in early 1980s, he came and developed this language. And the main focus that was coming out of this was object-oriented programming. And what C++ had was object-oriented programming. So as you can see in the slides also, this is actually part of my class that I had, my object-oriented programming class. So this is coming from a student that has done object-oriented programming through C++, right? So coming to some special characteristics of C++, what some main special things about it is its performance, especially for embedded resource constrained systems. You know, it's a compiler language. It has earlier detection of bugs instead of a interpreted language, which we will come across later. I will not get ahead of myself. And it has low-level system calls and low-level memory manipulation also. Okay, and again, it's object-oriented programming too. So there's many applications of C++ today, system software, device drivers, Windows, video games, hardware design applications. Coming to a really popular in comparison with popular programming languages, Python. As you can see, this blue over here represents Python and its runtime set and how much time it takes. And this is C++. Okay. So if we compare it, as you can see, Python is taking much more runtime, you know. If we take a set of integers that we have to sort out, if we increase the data set of integers, you can see Python is taking a really big time, right? C++ is taking relatively a smaller time. This impacts a lot, especially for large numbers. As you can see, it starts getting larger and larger. Why? Because Python is an interpreted language. C++, on the other hand, is a compiler language. Now, what's the difference between these two? Interpreted languages are those where the source code, so the code that we write, it's read and analyzed by an interpreter at runtime. So when we press that run button, that's when the source code is checked if there's any errors. There's some benefit. It's more dynamic, portable. Like for example, Python is just we saw JavaScript, PHP. But coming to the compile language, source code is read, parsed, analyzed, and converted to binary code. So the code that is understood by the machine by a compiler. Okay, so before even going to being interpreted, the compiler does it beforehand. So it tends to be more efficient, and coding errors, they are detected at compilation time. But it is less dynamic and not portable unless it's recompiled. But it tends to be more efficient. Efficiency is a big thing. Example, C++, Fortran, Java, as we can see. Okay, so coming to the interpreted execution. So this is how the process works for the interpreter, what it does. So we write the code. As you can see, this is what we write, and that is loaded onto the interpreter program. The interpreter that converts and executes that code, the interpreter, after loading it. Yeah. The compilation process, on the other hand, first we write the code, and then a preprocessor, okay, processes that code, okay, and then when we press the compile button, it compiles the object code and it stores it on the disk. Okay, after that code, which the machine, it's going to create a separate file, by the way, the compiled code, and after it does that, that's going to link to it's going to have a linker. that links the object code with the libraries, creating an executable file, and it stores it on disk. Okay, so as you can see, the loader, after the linker phase, you have the loader phase. Loader loads, and then loader puts program in memory, and also the CPU takes each instruction and executes it, possibly storing new data values as the program executes. Okay, now coming to variables. Okay, variables. What are variables? As you can see in the word variables. So vary is something, as we know, vary means it could change. It's not constant, right? And that's what exactly variables are in C++ and programming languages. It's a location in memory where a value is stored. The value that may change depending on conditions, information passed on to the program. They all have identifiers, a series of characters consisting of letters, digits, and underscores. Okay, they all have a type. They're declared before used. Okay, so these are some data types that we come across. Bool, int. So bool is for true or false values. Int, it sounds like what it sounds, integers. Okay, a long is for long integer values. Float is for decimal, bigger decimal values. Double you could think of as smaller decimal values. Char is a character like a, and string. String is now, as you think about it, it's more like a string is like a sentence. Say you say, hi, my name is, hi, my name is so and so. So that is a string. Okay. Coming to operators. So some operators that we come across, mathematical operators, arithmetic operators, right? Addition, subtraction. We can perform all these operations as we do our C++ code. Multiplication, division, and there's also this one that we don't really come across when we're doing our maths, is the remainder modulus operator that finds the remainder when we do, like say 5 mod 2 is going to give a mod of 1, because 5 divided by 2, it's going to give us 2 point something something, right? So what 2 times 2 is going to give us 4. Now if we add 1 right to it, that's going to give us 5, right? So that is what the mod operator is. So these are relational operators. These are arithmetic operators. These are relational operators. So relational operators, they show the relation between two values. The greater sign, the lesser sign, greater and equals, if it's a number is greater and equal, or equal, greater or equal, and the smaller or equal sign. Equality. This checks for if it should be 2 equal signs instead of 1. So what this does, it has 2 equal signs. Okay, and the not equal. Okay. Okay, now coming to loops, we have a concept called loops in C++. If statements. What are if statements? So if statements is it's kind of like conditional. It's an extension of this topic. So what it basically is if something is true, do what is in the brackets. Otherwise, skip what is in the brackets. It's the if statement, the if loop, right? So it's not a loop. It's an if the if statement, right? What it is for execute. So we try to pass a condition. It's basically a condition. If this is true, do this. If I am this old, do this. If I am a student, ask me my ID number. Okay. So as you can see in this program, we're gonna this is something that compiles it's a summation of whatever we have done before. So okay, let's look at it. First, we have the main method. Okay, this is a main method that we will come across. Okay, so main method is what will be executed. Okay, the main method in C++ is getting executed, and the int, it's showing that the main method will return an int. As you can see, it's returning 0. Okay, so here we're saying int alpha of 0. Okay, so it's saying int alpha here, we're saying that alpha is equals 0. Here we're saying it's equal to bravo. This is remember, these are variables, by the way. We're creating variables over here. We're saying alpha equals 0, and Bravo equals to 0. So here we're asking the user cout. Cout is for asking the user to enter a value. Here we're entering a value. We're asking, and that value is going to be stored in alpha. Okay, please do run this code to get a hands-on learning. Hands-on does make a difference, just rather than just reading. Okay, and then we again print out to the window, the terminal window, and another value, and the user enters a value, and that's going to be stored in Bravo. Okay, so here we're actually initializing. We're initializing the starting value. Otherwise, it's going to store garbage. By the way, it's going to store something previously that was in the system. Okay, and here we're creating another variable, Charlie, that's going to add alpha and Bravo. Okay, now if Charlie, we're doing a condition over here. This is the if condition. If Charlie equals to 7, then we're going to execute something. Okay, if we're going to execute it here, we could say here print, right? We could print out Charlie is 7 over here. Okay, and we return 0 because because our main method is int, so we like to generally return 0. Okay, that is the end of our Intro to C++ video. I hope you had a good idea of what C++ is like. If you do have any questions, please leave down in the comments. I will answer as fast as I can. If you have any programming questions related to C++, also please feel free to put down in the comments. If you do like, please like, share, and subscribe to the video. Thank you so much.